All right, hopefully everybody out there can hear me, because I can't test it tonight. So yeah, so hopefully everybody can hear me. We're going to get started here with the C main. About to go off right now. There they go. Some people out in front, some people crashing. Try to get this going. Try to get it figured out. Looks like Justin out in front. And not anymore. Jason's not out front. All right, we'll let him get a lap in here and start calling stuff. I don't know what's happening over here. Just give me a minute. All right, maybe I got it figured out. All right, looks like Joe McVick out in front. I believe he's racing with us first time this week. Out in front, already got about a 4.5 second lead. All right, Joe's still out front. Looks like Juan up into the second spot now. Juan is the host server. We sure appreciate his help. Without him, none of this would be possible. So if you live close to Juan, just go by, maybe take him like a couple muffins or something. Okay, so Joe's still out in front. You got Juan running in that second spot. About a 7-second gap now between first and second. You got Chris Yancey running in that third spot. This is Chris's first race with his two, I believe. Jason Schneider running in fourth. He's got Dan Bax right behind him. Justin Foel running in that sixth spot. Two of these guys are going to bump up to the B main. We're going to run the B main right after the C main. And then after that, we'll probably run the A. All right, taking a look at Chris Yancey here. He's trying to chase the leader down, but Joe way out front. Looks like Juan's falling back to that third spot. It's going to be the battle for the bump. Joe McVick way out in front, so looking like he is going to get the bump for sure. See what the gap is now. It's almost 2.5 seconds between first or second and third. Oh, Juan jumping into the wrong part of the track there. Everybody pretty spread out. Closest race is actually for the bump spot. Juan trying to chase him down. Let's go back up front and take a look at Joe out in front. Lead shrunk just a little bit, down to under 7 seconds. I think he had it up around 8. Still looking pretty safe, though, for the bump spot. All right, it's Joe, Chris, and Juan, 1, 2, and 3. You got Jason, Dan, and Justin. Looks like Chris is starting to stretch it out a bit over Juan. Over Juan. Chris coming up on some lap traffic. See if they can take him out. Oh, no, it didn't. Just right through him. That's how fast Chris is. Back up front, taking a look at your leader. He is leading. That's why we call him the leader. I don't know what that meant. Where are we at? Just under 5 minutes to go. Of course, you guys can probably see that on your screen. Unless you're hard of seeing. "11 seconds the gap now between first and second. Let's check out Juan running in that third spot. 5 seconds back from Chris, looking to try to bump it up. I think every time we go to Juan, he crashes in that same spot. It's our fault, Juan, not yours. Juan's got a pretty good lead over Dan Bax, now running in the fourth spot. He's got Jason Schneider, I believe, right behind him. See, yep, Jason's right behind Dan. Pretty decent battle there for fourth and fifth. Probably the closest battle on the track anyway. All right, it's confusing statement time. We actually had enough to race a D main tonight, but not enough people showed up. All right, taking a lead at your looker. You're taking a look at your leader. Joe is about 10 seconds out front. In about the same gap from Chris back to Juan. So Joe and Chris looking pretty good to bump it up to the next main, which is the main. I wonder what happens if I am talking and I just turn my mic. All right, 2 minutes left to go. 8 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Let's take a look at Chris running in that second spot. It's like he is around Jason Schneider. Some nice air on this track. I think you're going to see as we go further into the mains here that what this track should really be called, or this event should really be called, is the Cut the Track GP. There's about 3 or 4 spots on this track where if you jump the pipe, you're much faster. Let's take a look at Joe and see if he's got the jumping over the pipe thing down, because he'll need it in the B main, I'm sure. Joe's pretty much stay in the middle, which is what you're supposed to do. All right, 45 seconds left to go. Joe out front, Chris in second. Why don't I do that? Just read the thing up there. Just read it. I don't even really need to be here. All right, 15 seconds left to go. Joe is about 10 seconds. He held that pretty steady for a lot of the race. You got Chris right there in the second spot. I don't know why I said right there. Juan in third. All right, that is time. As they cross the finish line, they'll be done, unless they want to keep going. Looks like Joe and Chris going to finish on the same lap. I think Juan didn't get that extra lap in. Oh, no, he did. I think. I don't know how this works. Anyway, Joe crossing the finish line. He's going to take the win there. Chris is going to end up in the second spot, I think. I guess he's already done. Joe's going to take third. So Joe is the only one. Juan's going to take third. Joe is the only one to get that extra lap in. Then you got Dan in fourth, Jason fifth, and Justin in the sixth spot. Okay, guys, we'll be back in 5 minutes or so for practice for the B main. So stick with us. We'll be back in 5 minutes or so. All right, guys, going to switch to a live feed practice for the B main. It will start here in 5 minutes. So we're going to switch to live feed. We'll crank the music back up and let you guys watch the music and hear the race. Alright guys, coming back. Hopefully you can hear me. Gonna be about 2 minutes to the start of this race. Here's some useless information you probably don't want to know. When I went out of the room here to check on stuff, there looked to be some dog to-do on the floor. But it actually wasn't dog to-do, it was just some leaves that the dogs dragged in. In other news, though, I think I accidentally put tequila in my Moscow Mule, so there's still crap. Alright, just waiting for one more to connect here and we'll get going. He just messaged me and said, hey, I'm going to connect here. It helps to know where they're going to connect. He said he's going to connect here. Maybe he was just joking. Maybe he's going to connect there. Alright, going to get this one started here. As soon as we're sure that Juan is all the way in the server. I'm just going to trust that he is. Alright, the race procedure has started. There's going to be a procedure. It's going to involve racing. So far, none of these guys look like they're at the Cut the Track GP. I guarantee you the A main will be. Everybody's getting a new battery there, lining up. They're going to go on the little beep tone. And there they go. Matt out in front. Matt happens. Big story in this one is you got a world champion in the B main, Justin Quarrel. Oh, there we go. Starting to jump the track. Matt out in front. He's got a new coach, Joel Lee. You'll see him in the A main. Joel giving him really helpful tips like don't crash, stop doing that, be better. Oh, that was probably not what the coach would have told you to do there, Matt, but Matt does happen. Greening out in front now. Recovering from his pizza coma last week, couldn't race. Again, the top two guys out of this one will bump up to the A main. Looks like a mess on greening. Kind of all over the place here. Like David Diaz, I believe, he's in the second spot. Coral, I can tell that's him in the third spot because he runs that ugly blue car. Oh no, Diaz upside down. Coral up into the second spot now. So it's going to be greening and Coral for the bump spot at the moment. Still a long way to go. Well, not really a long way to go. They're not going anywhere. Oh, Coral into the pipe, and here comes Diaz again. Diaz got a whole bunch of people right behind him. Well, 3 guys. Is that a bunch of people? More like a group of people. All right, so Coral in second, trying to hang on, and he's got 4 or 5 guys not far behind him. There's the jump the track GP right there. It looks like Greening might have had some trouble. I think. Maybe he meant to do that. So Coral not far behind him now. Less than a second. Justin getting a little style over the... little style while he cheats. There's going to be all kinds of cheating in the A main, though. I guess it's not cheating if the game tells you you can do it. A lot of these guys probably didn't know you could do it. Yeah, Aaron Booran up into the third spot. He probably hates that. It looks like actually Diaz got back around him. So decent battle there for third and fourth. Let's go back up front. Looks like Coral out in front now, Greening in second. I'd read the lineup, but you can just read it right there. It's literally right there. Everybody pretty close in this one, though. You can look up there at the top and see that the differential. Diaz slipping back just a little bit from Greening, but everybody relatively close. Is this race over yet? So, had some squirrels in the house, and we squirrel-proofed the house, and I sealed it up today, but they were still inside, so that didn't go too well because they sounded like they were chewing everything, like they were going to come in the actual house instead of just being in the attic. That was pretty freaky. It's like, man, how are we going to do this race tonight? Like, are the squirrels going to help commentate or what? But it ended up working out. Anyway, Justin's still out front. Greening stuck on the pipe in second. Diaz is about 5 seconds behind him. Actually, maybe not that far. Oh, that's maybe Matt? I don't know. These guys are confusing me. Whatever they're doing, it's not nearly as bad as having squirrels in your house. All right, 4.5 left to go. Coral out in front. Oh, that great time I picked there to go to Coral. Get that on tape. World champion having a little bit of trouble. Justin, fresh off the Spec Nitro Buggy World Championship win. Actually beat him last week at our home racetrack, you know, the real racing. So I beat a world champion. I guess like when you race in real life, oh, that was ugly. Space bar. There you go. I guess when you race RC cars in real life, it's like racing real fake cars. Like they're real, but they're fake. And this is just fake. And Greening still in second. Is he floating? Greening have connection issues. Let's see if third looks wonky. Nope. Matt Gray up into third. Third and fourth look pretty good, so blame everything on Ryan. Usually nobody's really around Ryan, so it's probably not mattering too much. We've got 2 dogs and a cat. You'd think they'd chase those squirrels off, but no. Greening, let's see if he's still floating. Maybe he's settled down a little bit. No, he's floating a little bit. Somebody's streaming a movie or something. Pretty good battle for third? Maybe? Oh. Was. Sorry, David. Picked a bad time to go to you. Looks like he's got Chris now right behind him. So Matt Gray up into 30s. Probably using all that teaching from Joel Lee. Running in the third spot. But he's got a long way to go to catch up to Ryan. Try to bump up to the A main. So I don't know which one of these guys to watch, but I'm taking requests. Just MySpace me. Let's go check out Chris. Chris running in that 5th spot. Chris's car looking pretty cool there. Wonder who painted that. Oh, okay. Sorry, Chris. Joe bumping up from the C main with 1 minute left to go. Joe's car is not as cool looking. It's just white. But he's new, so give him a chance to get a body painted. Oh, Heron trying to jump past him. All right, back out in front. Here comes, whipping it, Coral right into the pipe. Down the front straightaway. He'll get another lap in here. That was nice. Greening is coming down the straightaway. Yeah, it doesn't look like he is floating anymore. He probably just jinxed it. Matt Happens in that 3rd spot. That looks like he's got a teammate right there. I believe that's Juan. Anyway, 3 seconds left to go. Coral not going to get it in. I think he did. He's just going to go backwards the whole last lap. Greening going to finish it up in 2nd. So that'll be your bump spots. Might see Matt in the A if we have a no-show. You never know. Oh, just beating that car up. And Coral just decided to go back to the pit lane. All right. Well, thanks for watching that, guys. If anybody's watching, we'll be back here in about 5 minutes or so and watch some A main practice and then jump right into it. Alright, gonna take you back to the live feed and let you watch some practice. And my computer is very confused, doesn't know what music to play. Let you watch a little live practice here. You guys got about 5 minutes for the start of qualifying for the A. We'll get it back. I'll be back in just a few minutes. We're just doing a little track maintenance here or something. Get this going just 1 minute. Waiting a couple guys to join. They're having some connection issues. Hopefully they'll be able to get it figured out. Trying to wait on Andrew Bakar here. He's having some connection issues. If he's not able to race, that'll be a bummer since he's one of the favorites. Let's see if he can get in. Been trying to experiment a little bit with pings and servers and such. Oh, Andrew's getting in, so that'll be good. Make sure he gets all the way in here. Ultimately, we'd really like to try out a server that is in Europe that might give us a little bit better ping since it's closer to the game servers. So I need to do a little research on that, but I'm gonna get this going here in 1 minute. These guys will qualify and then race. And then they're probably gonna go home after that. Well, actually, they're probably already home. That is one big advantage of this. You can do it in your underwear. You can change tires with a click of a button. All right, go ahead and get qualifying started here. We'll tell you what's going on in qualifying. You know, it's going to be guys going around the track and such. So the guys in this race are right there on the left, top left. I could read their names, but Sean Harding, Joel Lee, Cameron Bro coming back to join us, Al Smith, Justin Coyle, Ryan Green, Marshall Kirkholm, Nick Sublett, and Andrew Bakar. All right, let these guys get a lap or so in. Oh, he's seen cutting the track, GP. Joel Lee getting it a little bit wrong there. I'm sure Matt would have told him, hey, don't do that. All right, setting early pace, Cameron Bro. Taking a look at him here. Glad he's running an all-orange car, so I'll get him super confused with Andrew Bakar. Oh, just came up short. It's all pretty close. These guys all relatively close together. Actually, Coral now setting the pace from the B main. Justin Coral out in front in qualifying so far. He is the blue car. Cameron Bro back up out in front. All these guys switching around too fast to keep up with. Taking a look at Marshall Kirkholm. He raced with us once or twice before. He won one of the races at Padova, where the Worlds in Electric Mod Buggy are happening this week. I think it was Padova. Right now, Marshall's showing in the second spot, but everybody kind of swaps around depending on when they started, since they're on their own clock. Everybody brought their own clock to the track, and that's what they're on. So if you're watching that top bar, it can get really confusing. I'm not really sure who's doing what. Pretty sure Cameron is setting the pace. But we'll see. This is a 5-minute qualifier and a 10-minute main. Taking a look at the flying Hawaiian there, Joel Lee, coming down the straightaway. Joel coming all the way to join us from Indonesia. He just moved from Mexico, and now he's here on VRC. Oh, really cutting that corner there. He's like, I don't like that corner, I'm not going around it. Oh. Joel, the Finnish driver, having a little bit of trouble coming onto the straightaway there, but he's got it figured out. Taking a look at Andrew Bakar. He has started his clock pretty late, so it can be tricky to figure out where he is. By the time he's coming by, looks like he's only a tenth off of Cameron for that TQ spot with a minute left to go. I'm going to go punch a squirrel. Taking a look at Nick Sublett. He has been the floating car wonder the past couple races, but he looks better tonight. Hopefully none of these guys are on Wi-Fi. They are hardwired in, but you never know. Oh. Well, he's just going to go back to the pits because the race is over. All right, let's see where Andrew Bakar ends up. Right now, everybody looks like they're pretty much done, or they're going to be done. Still waiting on a couple guys to finish up their laps. Okay, you're going to have Cameron Bro taking the TQ spot there. Andrew Bakar is going to finish up second. And then you got Kirkholm, Joel, and then stuff disappeared. So there's no way to know. Anyway, you can just read that there. See that right there? Just read it. Read it with your eyes. Read it real hard. All right, we got a late start on qualifying because of the connection issues, so we're going to jump right into the race here. Got a message from Andrew there, says you better, but I'm not sure what that means. All right, they're going to the starting grid, so I guess we'll follow them over there and see how see what goes on. All right, and they're off. Looks like Cameron with a little bobble there. He massively cuts the track back up into the second spot. Now back up into the lead. Now back in second. The car right there with him. That's not going to be confusing. Wow, Joel just going to try to jump all the way back over to the lap counter, I think. But I think, yeah, Cameron Bro and Andrew Bakar 1 and 2. Cameron's got the black wing, I believe. Look at that, I was right for once. It's like Joel Lee in third, Sean Harding in fourth. I believe we have Matt Gray now joining us in the booth, not the boot. Matt, are you there? Come in, Matt. No, no Matt. Let's see what we can make. Gonna reach over and try to make Matt's mouth actually move. Nope, not happening. Matt, come in.
Hello.
Come in, Matt.
I'm here.
We're watching the race.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I'm watching the race. I'm glad to see our German driver Joel Lee do so good. You know.
Yeah, all the way from Germany. Cameron out in front. He got his teammate there, Andrew Bakar, both with orange bodies, running in second. Good little battle between Andrew and Joel. What do you think about this battle, Matt?
I don't know. It's coming out, but like I think our Hawaii driver is just gonna dominate here.
Yeah. Yeah. Those Hawaiians can be tough. Oh no, Andrew with a little bobble. Joel gonna go by for second. Then Joel's gonna push Joel, hit that pipe a little bit. What would your instructions? Joel just really didn't work out for him there.
Just needs to focus on his marks.
How many marks does he know?
All of them.
Wow, that's impressive. And Bakar with another mistake. He's going to drop all the way down to 4th. Joel in 3rd. Kirkholm in 3rd. Wait, how can they both be in 3rd? Joel's in 2nd. That's actually Al Smith, my bad. How many bads do you think I'm going to make, Matt?
Oof, a good 9. A good 9.
My view is pretty good. How is yours?
It's great. It's great. You know, you're doing a good job of picking cameras. It's going great.
Yeah, thanks. Camera's way out in front now. Well, 6 seconds way out in front. Everybody just cutting the track. They have no respect for pipes. I'd read the lineup, but it's right there. Everybody kind of close together, except for Cameron's got a... Excuse me, I had to burp. Cameron's got about a 6-second lead, maybe more. Sorry, I had to burp again. Alright, so it's Cameron, Joel, Justin, Coral now, out of nowhere up into 3rd. Battling with Al Smith. Alright, comment on this battle here, Matt.
Yeah. I'm a little behind, but we got a bunch of crossing over going, you know. Oh, Joel took a tumble. I'm a little bit behind there, but Joel took a tumble.
Yeah, it's going to be really confusing to people because you're watching the live stream, and the live stream's 7 seconds behind, so people are going to be like, am I in like a vortex or something? What's happening?
It is vortex, I can confirm.
I don't even know what that is. Alright, Justin Coral now showing in 2nd, but who knows if that's right. There's no way to know. We'll see right here. No, Joel Lee back up into 2nd. Cameron way out in front. Let's take a look at Cameron. See how much of the corners he's cutting off. Of course, everybody else is doing it, so why not? All right, Cameron out in front. You got the Frenchman Joel Lee in 2nd. And Al Smith running in 3rd. And Justin Coral, Nick Sublett, Sean Harding, Marshall Kirkholm, and Ryan Greening. Wow, Joel's just really cutting the track. He's got a decent lead back to Al Smith now. Al running in that 3rd spot. Starting to spread out now. Pretty decent battle right here, though. Sean Harding, Justin Coral, and Nick Sublett. Server looks a little funky. We're trying to figure that out. We'd like to test one over in Europe because it would be a little closer to the VRC servers. That might help. It might not. What do you think, Matt?
I've been watching Sean Harding and warm up a little bit, and I have to say his lines look real smooth.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's running in the 5th spot right now.
I think he could come out into 4th. Possibly.
Well, I hope he comes out into 4th. Closest battle is Justin, Sean Harding, Nick Sublett, Marshall, Ryan. They're all not too far apart. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, not so much. They're separated by more. Justin getting that corner wrong. Take a look at the leader again. Cameron out in front. Starting to make his way through some back traffic. Ooh, we shouldn't say back traffic. That's politically incorrect, Matt, or is that okay?
I think you need to change it up. Lap traffic.
Ooh, that sounds bad too. Speed challenged.
Okay.
Yeah.
Something new.
Yeah.
They can't be offended if it's new.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway, Cameron's out in front. I think he's got about a 10-second lead now. Joe running in second. All the way here from Australia. Ooh, 18-second lead. Al Smith's actually not far behind Joel now. Running that green car. He's seen him in the server a couple times this week. He's got a different paint job every time. That can't be cheap.
I think his painter actually told me that he paints some bodies. He uses them for one run and then sets them to the side, puts them on a shelf.
That's pretty impressive. It would be less impressive if all he had to do is click a button, but that's all he really has to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a look at Sean Harding here right now, running in fourth, but he's got 3 or 4 guys right behind him. Justin Coyle, looks like Marshall Kirkholm right there with him. All right, we got just under 2 minutes left to go. When there's just under 2 minutes left to go, what do you usually do, Matt?
I usually just stay chill and realize that I'm going to get third, like always, and not bump into the A-main.
All right. That's pretty non-good advice, I think.
I mean, it's just what happens. You can't get away from it, you know?
That happens. That's true.
That happens.
Yep. Let's take a look at the leader again. Cameron, big lead. So if this was a 9-minute race, there'd be 4 seconds left. And taking a look at the South African Joel Lee, who's upside down in the second spot. Now Smith gonna get a little closer.
Oh, ooh, Joe tumbled.
Let's see, he's coming down the straightaway now. See what the gap is. It's 3 seconds. Joel better not make many more mistakes, unless Al Smith plans on making some mistakes. Then he can screw up as much as he wants. Justin Coyle trying to hold off Sean Harding for fourth. When somebody's behind you, Matt, you usually try to not let them pass you, or what's your strategy?
Well, in this case, we can't even hit each other, which I like, because if we did have collisions on, I want to let him by. Because Matt
That's a great point. All right, Cameron Bro going to take the win here, I'm pretty sure, because I believe Joel Lee's not going to get that extra lap. Joel trying to hold off Al Smith, pretty close together. Looks like Joel's, he gets loose. Oh, but he's going to hang on for second.
I'm so glad our Alaskan driver was able to hold on.
Yeah, well, they're not always used to those last laps. Looks like Coral's going to finish up fourth, Sean Harding fifth, Nick, Ryan, and Marshall, and somebody dropped out, and they just couldn't handle that 10-minute main. It's hard. You got to go to the gym, got to do a lot of mental type, exercises. It can be tricky. Or not, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We'll be back at some point, probably next week, which is what we've been doing. So, anywho, peace out, players.